Good morning. As you can see from behind me, I have already got my tomato plants out for this year. I hope it's not too early. I usually wait until Mother's Day, but I noticed that everybody else in the neighborhood already seemed to have a head start, and so I thought I'd put mine out too. Last year I didn't have very much good results, I guess I would say, with these tomatoes. I only had a few that grew, and then those that did come up were eaten by some little furry friends who live around here somewhere. But I think I've got that all figured out this year. Not only have I staked them, but I've got some fence I'm going to put around them, and I've even thought about putting an alarm system on it where the lights would flash and an alarm would go off. But I'm not real convinced of that yet because our bedroom is right here, and so I don't think I'd want that in the middle of the night. I feel a little bit like Mr. McGregor in the Peter Rabbit stories, and that is that I'm fighting a losing battle in trying to get these tomatoes to grow. But I'm not giving up. The plants are in the ground, and so far they are surviving. I don't know if you know this or not, but I am a fan of these television shows that have to do with World War II, because they tell the story of people and communities that are not just surviving, they are thriving during the war. Sometimes people are hunkering down in a foxhole, and they think that I'm just not doing anything other than in the survival mode. But I believe that anytime we are staying alive, we're thriving. They also tell the stories of communities that are waiting for bombs to fall, and you think that they're in that survival mode, but they're not. They're thriving. They're taking care of one another. They're looking after the needs of one another. They're being neighbors to each other. They don't know it, but they are really a thriving community. The followers of Jesus had a similar story. After Jesus ascended into heaven, this group of people were confused. They were hiding out. They were praying. They were searching, seeking for answers, and then they heard something. It sounded like wind. They felt something. Felt like an earthquake, the earth moving. It wasn't either one of those. Instead, it was the Holy Spirit that descended on them and filled them and empowered them to enter into a whole new dawn, a whole new era of things that were in front of them. They came out into the street and they were preaching and they were sharing what they had. They were caring for one another. They weren't just surviving, they were thriving. Our goal, I hope we reach it, is that at the end of the month, we're going to join back together for a sense of corporate worship. And we'll have some guidelines on how we're going to do that. The thing that I'm excited about is that it's going to happen on Pentecost Sunday. And I cannot think of a better time to come back together and to celebrate the beginning of a new era, a new time, and a new world for all of us. I said I hope that these tomatoes survive, but the truth is they're already thriving. Roots are going into the ground. They're preparing for things that are going to happen next. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there are already a couple of blooms which give me hope that there will be fruit. So don't give up either, whatever situation you're in. I love that verse that said the one who started a good work in us is going to see it to completion. And I believe that's what's going to happen with God and with us. He's going to see us through. So you're not surviving today, you're thriving. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you on Sunday.